Hi, good morning. Welcome to Cyder House Crafts. My name is Jen. Hi, welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you are a returning viewer. Okay. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. I hate saying that. It almost feels like begging. Although my husband says that trick-or-treaters are beggars, but, you know, he's English. And it's not that everybody who's English thinks that, but, you know, yeah, pretty much all his family does. Anyway, yeah, so we have a lot to get through. I don't know how bad I look right now, but I did put makeup on. If you go over to Jenn Jiggles and Pixie, I will put the link to Jenn Jiggles in the description this week. I'm really sorry. I went back and watched and read the comments and went, shoot, I didn't give her the link. So anyway, I will do that. But if you watch Jenn Jiggles, you know I never wear makeup. And yeah, that's just life. And you guys deal with it, and it's really good. So yeah, but the reason that I think I might look like crap is because there's no spoiler alert here. I've just watched the first episode of Grace and Frankie season 6 on Netflix, and I'm just gonna say I cried. So that's the biggest spoiler you're gonna get. I cried. I'm just having some black coffee and my Starbucks, old Starbucks cup, because it keeps it warmer up here. So yeah, yeah, so that is that. So we, like I said, we got a lot of things. I've got a couple finished objects. I've got some half finished objects. I've got some, obviously, if I got half finished objects, I've got works in progress. I've got some spinning that I finished. But I have not plied because I'll talk about that when I get to it. I have some finished objects that I don't have with me because they were gifted, so I will be posting pictures of them. And I have some cross stitch this week. I finally got my butt around and started doing some again. And I've got cross stitch plans, and we'll talk about the plans for upcoming knitting projects and cross stitch projects and other sort of crafty things at the end. I also have a sort of crafty finished object, which I will put a picture of when I start talking about those. So I guess we should get into it. Yeah, I just said I have finished objects, and I guess the first one we'll talk about then is this top. It is on Hagrid. This is Hagrid's first appearance, so say hello to Hagrid. It's not Barbara, if you watch Craft House. Is it Craft House Magic? It is Craft House Magic. I get my name confused all the time with Ellie's. I don't know why, because she's like such a better podcaster and knitter than I am, and a sewer. But yeah, so she's got a dress dummy named Barbara, and I've called mine Hagrid, which defines our personalities hugely, right? Anyway, so this is a medieval shift, but I've cropped it for a top. I made a medieval shift out of flannel with little monsters all over it as a nightie, but it was way huge. So I've had to modify to figure out how big I need to have the gores in. So this actually cost me 60p. Yeah, that's 60 pence to make. It was scrap fabric, which I've gotten another nightie out of, which I wear all the time. And this piece of scrap, which was, I think, I'm not even sure it was even, yeah, it might have been like 1.5 meters. But yeah, so this, I got 2 tops out of it. Basically, I got like a thigh length nightie, and then this top. And like I said, it's a medieval shift, and there's gores in the side. And if you don't know what a gore is, it's basically a piece of fabric that goes within your seam. So it's a triangular piece of fabric, or 2 actually, that go within the seam, and you sew them in, and it gives you a little extra breadth and in your project. Now there's gores in the sleeves as well, and I don't know if that's even coming through because this fabric's so light, but the sleeves I found were too small, not big around enough for my bat wings. So I had said, I think it was on Jenn Jiggles, that I was going to try to find this fabric again, but they don't have any more. So instead of putting white in or pink, I'm going to put black in because the bananas on here are black as well. But yeah, I still have to cut out the scoop in the back of the neck because as you can see, it pulls up, and I still have to hem it. But I got busy with some other sewing projects this week, so yeah. But anyway, yeah, so Hagrid looks pretty hot in his pink banana top. Yeah. Also, this fabric, although it looks very thin, it's kind of cool and warm at the same time, and I really love the nightie because it's just right. It's just right. So hopefully next time I'll be able to show you pictures of the new gores that I'm going to put in the sleeves, and then maybe I'll wear it. I don't know. I'm going to try to have a sewing object for myself, whether that's crazy, because I really want to just do something outlandish every month. But to be honest with you, I did outlandish at Christmas, and it cost me a lot of money to do outlandish. So, you know, I might not do outlandish, as it were. So anyway, yes, there we go. And I've got some new fabric I'll show to all of you today. What else did I finish? Oh, goodness, I need to get up. Sorry. I haven't sewn the strings, you know, the threads in yet or not, but I have finished Ian's sweater. And I will, sorry, you can't hear me, can you? And I will put a picture of him in it right here. He didn't want me to show his face, so I kind of got half his face, but I'll cut that out, as you'll see. But yeah, it's all done. It's sewn up, and for everyone's information, I sewed this sweater up on my sewing machine. And it took a bit of doing, and there was a bit of tugging. But yeah, in the end, it worked fine. The seams are sturdy. I have tried to pull them apart everywhere, and they just won't come apart. So I am really pleased with that. So yeah, so that second finished object, I'm just going to cross things off because I want to make sure I talk about everything. Sorry. So I have some other finished objects. I'm going to scooch to the side here so I can make room in the camera. The first thing I finished were 2 pillow covers for the pillows for my sofa, and I'll put a picture here of what that looks like. I purchased the fabric for those off eBay. It was basically just leftovers from somebody else's project. And I managed to get a couple of the other pillows I showed you in my podcast in November. And I had this fabric as well, and it matches my sofa perfectly. So I am really pleased with those. They look fantastic. I'd really like to make some more throw pillows for my sofa. So I live near Boundary Mills in Lancashire, and sometimes Boundary Mills, they have different sections of their store, and sometimes in the bedding section they have not throw pillows, but the, you know, the fill, what do you call them? There's a word for this that I can't think of. The forms on sale, like in a big bin, and you just pick out whatever shapes you want. So I might go back and do that and try to get some more upholstery fabric on eBay as a, like a, you know, I got this leftover thing because it didn't cost squat, really. The next thing I'm going to show you was a gift for my son, and his name is Joseph, and I explained this on Jenn Jiggles, so I'll explain it really quickly here. Joseph, I didn't know was a fan of My Little Pony. Now, he's got 2 little boys and a gorgeous wife, and I knew he had like this fixation with like Ghostbusters and things because he, you know, grew up in that era, but I didn't know he liked My Little Pony. So I was making a joke about something, and we were video WhatsApping, and I made a joke about My Little Pony. He's like, "What's wrong with My Little Pony?" And then I went, he's like, "There's nothing wrong with My Little Pony. I like My Little Pony." I went, "Oh, okay." And then Byron, my oldest grandson, popped in and goes, yes, he does. Well, I burst out laughing. But then I found this fabric, and I made him a pair of flannel boxer shorts with My Little Pony with a monogrammed tag in the front that says MLP. And he sent me a text, which I will pop in here, when he received them in the post. And he's smitten. So I'm probably going to make him some more boxers because he said they fit perfectly. He loves the feel of them. So, and I did go back and ask him, hey, you know, don't be nice. If you don't really like them, you need to say, because I'm going to try to find some Ghostbusters flannel. And he's like, no, they are awesome. Please. So, yeah. Go figure. Question mark. Anyway, yeah, so it was good, and it's nice to be appreciated. And Joe is definitely so and knit worthy anyway. He appreciates handmade things, so he's a good boy. Every mom says that. Oh, here, let me have a little bit of coffee. The other thing that I got done is right here, as I took it off the back of the door. But this. Now, again, it's all about Ellie and Craft House Magic. I don't even know if she watches me, but Ellie, if you're watching, hi, how are you? I'm such a fan, dude. She made this long bag, you know, just a bag, to put her wool binder and her cake maker in. And I have done the same. It's just a drawstring bag. It's nothing fancy. It's just a drawstring bag. But I've also put some of my cross stitch frames in, and oops, and my wool winder and things are in here. And I have also put in my pattern making paper and things. I just stuff that's kind of an awkward shape or size, or you know, just kind of hangs out in here and not a convenient way. So yeah, so that hangs on the back of the closet door in the hallway because it's like an infrequent use item, which might become a lot more frequent in a couple of weeks. But yeah, so I got that made as well. Also, there are some crafty items that were made, and I will put a picture here. That is actually sitting right there next to you on the wall. It's basically a long life shelf milk box. I suppose you could use like a juice box, you know, a big carton, like a half liter or whatever. And I cut it down at an angle. And then I paper mache'd with black paper and obviously put an orange sort of stenciled whatever in the middle with a black button in the middle. It also has my my mug rug, my leaf mug rug with the witch in the middle. And it's to store, as you can see in the picture, my remote controls for my Fire Stick that's on my monitor and my television. And I just needed someplace to put them, and I thought, you know what, Halloween time, because this wall, which is the feature wall, which you can't see, which is in front of me, is going to be repapered, and it's going to be very autumnal. I put it on with scotch. I tacked it to the wall with those scotch pad hanger. Pull it down and it doesn't leave a mark things. So yeah, so I'm quite pleased with that as well. Right, 13 minutes in, and I have talked about everything I'm going to talk about that way. Right, sorry, I have a schnuffly nose. Let's talk about knitting. The first thing, sorry, my chair is still squeaky. I can't get a new one right now. I'm a bit broke. Well, I'm not broke, but yeah. I can't afford to spend 179 quid right now on a chair. So, sorry about the squeaking. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the Jasmine scarf. It's a free pattern on Purl Soho. And that, my friends, is the pattern. That's what it looks like. Now, I had some wool that I did a test dye for following Boston Jen's Chem Knits tutorial about putting an Easter egg dye tablet in the middle of your yarn and, you know, just dyeing your wool like that. I didn't have Easter egg dye here because I don't even know if they have the tablets here. They probably do. I've just never seen them. But, so I just put some dye in the middle of a skein and just left her, and then put this very vivacious neon green dye around. So the middle looks like that, and then obviously the green is very bright, and it kind of bled through, the green kind of bled through into the middle, but that's okay. It's supposed to give you like this fading effect, and it sort of did. This is the scarf that I've started. Now I'm not going to follow the pattern totally, because basically when that wool's gone, that's the end of the scarf. I'm not going to do any additional anything on it, so I doubt I'll get it to 79 inches, but it'll be whatever it is. But this is what it looks like knit up so far. It's quite an easy pattern to remember. I got to get another stitch marker. It's very simple, and because it's free, I can tell you. I think I cast on. No, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I'll link it in the description below to the scarf itself. I'm not doing a very good job today, am I? I'm really sorry. Anyway, the pattern is really easy. It's basically knit 6. Well, to start. I'm not going to get into it. I'll link the pattern. Anyway, it is very easy to remember. And, you know, it's sort of I'm going to work on this, well, if I don't feel like doing anything else. So it's going to take some time. So you'll probably be seeing this a lot. Unless I don't get anything done on it, then you won't see it. This is as discombobulated as the last one. Sorry, everybody. So, the next thing I have, this is one of my bags, but I have my button from Sprite 966 on it, the lovely Helen Duffin, who's fantabulous, who you're going to see some stash from in a little while, and a gift that she sent me, which made me cry yesterday, like I needed another reason to cry. So I finished, I know I showed you these the last time. I finished the first sock, so there's the heel. It's all done. This is excellent. Now, I have knitted with other people's wool before, and that was dyed black, I mean. And the black dye forever has come off onto my finger when I do my tension with this hand. I have not had anything like that with this sock, so Helen's done a fabulous job. I'm going to wash them in cold water first, you know, just to make sure, but I don't think that I'm going to have any trouble. I wore this sock on Christmas Day with another sock I'm about to show you, but yeah. I mean, I recommend Helen's 110%. It's not just because she's my friend. It is because this is really good wool. It's sturdy, it's warm. It's lovely to knit with. I mean, it's just like, it's like knitting with butter. I don't know how to describe it. The way it slides from needle to needle, and I'm going to show you the next one. I use Knitter's Pride carbons, so, and they're not always the easiest needle to, you know, get wool to slide from one to the other, but this is definitely it. This is the wool, and as a testament, I've ordered more, so there you go. This is the second sock. I've just turned the heel, and I've knitted up my 5 rows for today off the back. So yeah, is that not the most lovely Halloween wool ever? And she sends it, like, she does this crazy thing anyway, and I know I talked about it last time, but she does this crazy thing about walking around her friggin' house. But this is the ball. Love it so much. Anyway, I love you, Helen. Love you. So Helen's on Etsy. Please go visit her. Just give her a look. And, you know, definitely, she's just done a shop update. So if you fancy it, give a peek to it and buy something. She's fantastic. Oh, she got the most lovely bags. Oh my god, they're so pretty. Anyway, I needed wool this time, so I ordered some wool. Plus I've ordered some more wool, which I saw you shipped, Helen. Here. So the next thing is socks by Craft House Magic. The wool is Craft House Magic. It's Ellie's Jingle Bells Rock. It's a 75 superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina. It's hand wash at 30 and dry flat. It's a 4-ply sock yarn. This is what it looks like in the skein. I don't know if you can see the sparkle, but there's sparkle. It's very sparkly. And this is what the heels look like, which is also sparkly. I don't even know if that's focusing because my face is there. But I finished the first sock. And I wore this on Christmas Day with my Halloween sock. So I was double dipping on the holidays. But yeah, so first sock, it's just a plain stockinette sock. But I love them. It's very comfortable. It's I made a mistake though. Helen's socks are staying up better on my feet, but that's not anything to do with Ellie's wool. That has everything to do with the fact that Helen got a 5x1 rib all the way up the leg, and Ellie's did not. But Ellie's sock is like slip it on and luxuriate sort of thing. So this is the second sock. I already placed the marker here where I can show you guys next time, or it'll be all done, and it probably will be done, and it'll be gone. But I just turned the heel yesterday, and I've done 10 rows on this one because I did 5 rows yesterday after I turned the heel. But yeah, so the next time you see these little puppies, they'll be done, and then I would be done with my Christmas and Halloween socks for the year. So I'm pleased with that. Ellie has her own website for her craft shop, and it's just Google Craft House Magic on Tinternet. Google it or MSN it or whatever people do now. I'm so old that I went to web crawler the other day just to see if it was still there, and it is. Yeah, so yeah, that's it for the knitting. I'm at 22 minutes already, and I didn't want to keep you guys up. What I'll do is I will show you my acquisition. I'm knitting mittens and hats for all of my children and their children. And I drew one family out of the hat, and I got Caitlin and Cody, and Caitlin's sort of my sort of daughter, and she is the mother of my grandsons, and yeah, she's a lovely girl, and her husband's fantastic, and she's got 3 beautiful boys, Jackson, Grayson, and Jameson, and I adore them. So everybody's getting a pair of something. But when I saw this next bit of wool, it was on Helen Duffin's site, and it's a DK weight, and all of you too. This is called All of You, and it is 100 grams of extra fine merino, and it's 200 meters. It's 100 grams. Look at that green. Oh my, and that is the green. Isn't it the most beautiful thing you have ever seen in your life? I just went, oh my god, that is Caitlin. I'm totally buying that for Caitlin. So Helen, thank you so much. But I opened this package because now I'm gonna cry, because Helen is such a dear friend. She sent me all of these little minis. They're all so beautiful. I took them out yesterday, but I had to put them back in the little bag because I didn't want anything to happen to them because Blossom was there. And she sent me a lovely note, and I love you too. So I know exactly what I'm doing with these, and we're going to see that later in the year. But I have special plans for these, and my scrap yarn from Helen as well. So yeah, so that was my yarny acquisition. I guess I should, before I get out of the yarn, I should take this off here and show it. I finished the spin for, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I don't know if that's even focusing. Oh yeah, it's doing a good job. This is the spin that I said I couldn't wait to get done. And then I went to learn to chain ply and I stink at it. So what I'm going to do, sorry I'm putting that back on my spin wheel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin half of that off the spindle and onto another bobbin, and then I'm going to ply it together because I just stink at chain ply. And if anybody knows anybody who will chain ply something for me at a reasonable price, please let me know, because I would really, 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 really like to have that chain plied instead, because I don't know what I'm going to get out of it if I just ply it. I mean yardage wise. So the next thing I'm going to show you is the crochet blanket that I've been working on. I have run out of extra fingering weight to make balls with to work on it, so I'm kind of stuffed right now, so it's kind of in limbo. As soon as I have some extra fingering weight, then I will get back to it. So anyway, hang on. Sorry, taking time here that you guys probably don't have to give. Right, so this is the size of it now. It's getting bigger. Ooh. But yeah, so I really, really like it. Not as much as I like Julia's from the Happy Knitting podcast, or Helen's. If you haven't watched Helen's most recent podcast, you have to go watch that and look at her Granny Smith blanket. Granny Smith. I got apples on the brain from maybe Diane. Her Granny square blanket, because it is flipping gorgeous. It is so freaking beautiful. Oh my god, it's beautiful. But I don't know how to crochet very well, so I have an excuse. I do not. But yeah, so that's that. I'm at 27 minutes. I'm trying to hurry up here, folks, so I don't take all your time. The next thing I'll show you is something that you saw a year and a half ago, and I'm still working on it. But isn't that the way with cross stitch? Like, I see people that have projects that they were working on for like 3 years, although this is really small, so I don't have an excuse. But this railless pattern, with the, I forget what they called it. They don't really have a name, but it's an autumn cat scene with the two houses. So yeah, I can't remember where this needle minder came from, but yeah, I kind of like it and I don't, because the stone is rounded, so my needle is, I don't know, it just doesn't feel as secure, but I do like the Ouija board underneath. Can you guys see the Ouija board? Anyway, so what have I done on this, you ask? I have done this entire roof line. I have done, and you can't really see it, but there's white, sort of whitish fill here and here. I also did the whitish fill here and here. I still have more to do there, but I thought I'd move over and change it because it's really hard to look at white on white for a long time. So I moved over here and I'm nearly done with this house section. See, there's not much left to go. Then I can come back over here and just finish this up with the white. I have to do a little bit more to the fence down here at the bottom, and then I have the tree to put in. Here's the picture. That's that's just me, right? There's the photo of the actual finished object. This is one of my bags. sorry. Oh my god. If you hear ticking, my little Halloween guys are going. I should probably take them down because it's annoying. Well, it's not annoying me, but it might be annoying you. So I'll take the boys down. Put them on top of my sewing machine. There. Right. So speaking of sewing, I have been having a bit of a bad sinus headache the last 3 days. Still have it. It's pretty bad. I'm in a lot of pain right now. But my kind husband went to the grocery store yesterday to get some Purities for our dog. Yes, for our dog. Helen, you'll know what Purities is. So will you, Pix. It's a allergy medication. They're very tiny tablets. You give a half of one to your dog. My veterinarian said it was super cool that I did it. She's an allergy-laden dog like me. So we give her a half of Purities a day, and so we had to pick some up yesterday. And in doing that, oh my god, that machine is amazing. I gotta quit getting these sewing magazines. I just got a new machine for bloody hell, and look. Oh, please note, I've only sworn once in this entire podcast. Marking that down. So anyways, he stopped there and he picked me up Sew magazine. Now, this isn't the magazine that I normally get, but there's some patterns on the front I'm going to show you. I have not read the magazine yet. I haven't even opened it. I just got it out of the plastic. So there's a couple patterns. I don't particularly like these patterns, but you never know. I might change my mind. So the first one is this little dress with a little top. I don't know. It's nice. I love the fabric that it's made from. I'm just not sure that that dress is for me. It's a bit frumpy if you're not super skinny. And the next one is this skirt pattern, which is just a simple skirt. So yeah. Anyway, so he picked me up that. Now I'm going to show you some fabric, and I know everybody on Jenn Jiggles has already seen this fabric, but I'm going to show it to you guys in case you don't watch Jenn Jiggles. I watch Grace and Frankie, as I said at the beginning of this podcast, religiously and repeatedly, and will forever love that program. I'm a huge Lily Tomlin fan. I think she is the shiznit, really. She's so funny. And Jane Fonda, who doesn't consider herself a comedic actress, has the best friggin' timing ever. I don't know why she doesn't think she's a comedic actress. She is so funny. I love her so much. Anyway, so Jane has, and I love the way Jane dresses. I'm not a big Frankie dressing like Frankie fan because I like it, but for me it's too out there. So I say this as I'm wearing my husband's sweater today, but it's so bloody cold out. Anyway, she had this top that had these like swallows on them, and then she had another one that had parrots on, and then she had another one that had flowers on, and I just adored the fabric. But the fabric I went and looked at was like an outrageous amount of money a yard, and there was no way I was going to be able to afford that fabric. But I found this on Plush Addict, which kind of reminded me of the flower fabric that she had on, and this is just obviously some butterflies with some flowers. So the style of top that she had on is near to this McCall's pattern, less the pockets, the breast pockets. So I'm making A, and I don't know, hang on a minute. I don't know if you can see over my shoulder here, but those are the pattern pieces cut out and ironed and ready to go. But yeah, I'm making A. I'm going to cut the breast pockets out, but what I'm going to do is just pin them on and see how they look. If they don't look good, I'm not going to put them on, but I am making that top. I don't really have a waist yet, but I'm getting there. But I really like this top, so this is going to turn into that, and you will see that next time on the podcast. So let's very quickly, because I'm at 35 minutes, talk about what's going on. So I believe I showed you guys the casket a while back that I had paper mache'd. And hang on, I'm gonna pause this and I'll grab it and then I'll show it to you again. Okay, I'm back. So I got a cardboard casket from Hobbycraft, and all I did was I paper mache'd it with black tissue paper. And here's the lid. So what I'm going to be doing is putting some little hinges on it. So hang on. So it will be hinged. Just a single one. Just to keep it together. Sorry. And then I am cross stitching on black Aida. Wherever I put the black Aida, I do not know. Over there somewhere. A skeleton. And then what I'm trying to do is I want to have it lit so it lights down on the skeleton. There's a light down on it. So what I did was I went on Amazon, and there's a lot of these little Korean kids who put these little lights into things for whatever craft they're doing or whatever their gig is. And these little lights look like this. Now this is very bright. I was really surprised at the brightness of these. Why aren't you lighting? Oh, because I've unscrewed you. I was really surprised at how bright. There. Sorry about that, you guys. How bright these things were. That is so bright. Put your eye out with that, man. So I'm going to paint over it a little bit to tone it down and, you know, dim it out a bit. I don't know how to make it look. But anyway, I'm going to paint over that. And I'm going to shut it off now because I'm going blind. But I ended up, because you can't just buy a one, you have to buy like 50. This is a 30-piece bag of these. So I think I'm going to have to find something else to do. Probably Halloween related with those. But that will then, I will find some way to fit it in here so you can't notice it so much. And it will light the, it will light up the, it will light up the cross stitch from the top, so it'll look kind of spooky. So I'm just gonna put that one in there. So yeah, so I've got that going on. Good God, I'm so sorry. It's 38 minutes. So that's one of my plans. Knitting plans. I know I'm gonna finish those socks before I see you guys next time. I will put a picture here. I am starting an exploration station, and I know I'm like 11 years late. But I've always wanted to do one, and I bought the pattern, so I've got all the wool together. I just have to cake it up, and as you can see, it's sort of springtime, summery thing. And yeah, so I'm going to be doing one of those. I also have plans to, obviously I'm going to knit the gloves and hats. The other cross-stitch plans I have are to, I have a Prairie Schooler pattern, which I don't have here right now, but it's all angels and sort of biblical looking angels that go across, and what she's done is designed it so it's basically black. Their outline is all black, so there's not any real other color fill in it. I'll show it to you next time. Hopefully I'll have a couple done so I can show you. And obviously I have the sewing going on, but as far as the other crafty stuff, the 2 pairs of socks will be done. I'm starting the exploration station. I have that scarf done, and I will have a pair of mittens either on the needles or off the needles with another pair on by the time I see you guys next time. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for, since I talked to you guys last, we've had a kitchen window replaced. And we've started up the floor out in the hallway. I did a lot of work on that on Monday, and I'm waiting for some I don't know what it's called, but it removes like tack from your floor because somebody put like carpet glue down out there, and when you try to use the heat paint remover, the hot paint remover thing, you know, the heat gun thing, it just spreads it. It doesn't take it up, doesn't work. So I've ordered some stuff that just removes it. I know I could use WD-40, but that stinks and my head's really bad right now, so I ordered this stuff that's all natural and it's citrus, and like 5,000 people gave it 5 stars, so I'm gonna use it, see if it works. Hopefully it works. And what else? Yeah, that's about it. Everything else in my life is fine. If you want to know about the diet stuff, pop over to Jenn Jiggles and check that out. I hope you guys are all okay and that your knitting's going well, and you know, everything else in your life is, you know, cool. Yeah, I don't even know how to close this one. There's stuff everywhere. I said stuff, not the other S word. Trying not to swear so much, obviously. But anyway, yeah. I'm going to go edit this and do some powder size. While I edit it, everybody that Jenn Jiggles will know what powder size is. And it's my own invention. And yeah, get this up so you guys can see it. Oh, I did want to say that the reason that I did it today instead of tomorrow is because this third test match between South Africa and England starts tomorrow, and I want to be watching that. So yeah, so sorry, day early. Anyway, I will see you the 12th or the 13th of February. Okay? By then I would have had lots of things going on, and I don't know, anniversary, birthday, nearly Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is on a Friday, by the way, guys. So, ooh, set your romantic dinners up on a Friday night. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go on that happy note, and I will see you all in about 3.5 weeks. Take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you later. Bye.